Hey, it's Rexy and Bobby.
I'm Rose.
I'm Miki.
It's Oshi episode 10 of season 2.
Finally.
So, last time we got revealed that there is a new Oni-chan.
Yes, we have a brother. We have a brother.
Yes.
Himikawa is his bro.
Yeah, I forgot about that happening. Yes. Yes. I'm curious to see his reaction. Like, is he gonna be chill about it? Is he gonna get like creeped out? Like, dude, why are you checking my DNA?
That's my first question.
Yeah. Or is he gonna be like, just like, I'm just gonna ignore the fact that you did that and be like, let's find out about each other here. Like, well, how's he gonna take this?
Yeah. Is he actually just really warm? Like, just get up and give him a big hug, like, brother.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But like he does it the Himikawa way, so he just gets up, sits next to him.
Yeah.
Which is like
Just holds him for a while. It's like, why?
I'm here now. Yeah, let's get into it, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Guys, if you like your time here, please do like, subscribe, and see more. Remember, if you want to watch the uncut version of this thing with us, the whole thing with the timer on screen, Patreon is there in the description for $5 to get a full month's access to everything, and 2 weeks ahead for shows that allow it. Right now, that's Steins Gate and Violet Evergarden. Thank you very much. See you in the discussion. Pan. Peter. Ooh.
俺と姫川さん、父親が同じなんですよ。
Right where we left off. Yeah, you look like just different hair colors.
こんなところで話す内容でもないな。
Oh, it's going straight
お
for
っ
it.
さんも寝かせたいし、3軒目行くか。
Why is he so sad? All right, he was like, why are you gonna leave? Or something like that.
This place
星
is
野の母親って誰？それは言えない。なるほど、タレントか。
He figures it out. Oh, it's just like him.
姫川愛理って知ってる？
Airy?
his mom.
朝ドラのヒロインやってた。
Ah.
かなり昔の作品だけど、プで心中した
Oh.
俺の母親。お前の父親は上原清十郎。売れない役者だった。
Lover suicide? Uh-oh, that's not gonna...
It can't be.
Now he feels like I can't get revenge.
Well, that also means that the only suspect he had is either not involved or dead already.
もう子供心ながらに親父が
He
嫌いだ。
also hated him as a kid.
だから芸名は母親の名字なのか。ああ、本名は上原大輝。
Thank you.
嫌だね。女好きは遺伝臭いな。有馬と黒川たぶらかしてるお前見ると絶望しかない。
Seducing
I'm
them.
doing no such thing. He's like, no, you are.
態度決めねえと親父みたく心中されてからじゃ遅いぞ。笑えない自分。妙な気分だよ。
You said Madeline.
俺に突然半分と
Aww.
血のつながった人間が現れるんだから。でも俺のこと兄さんとも呼べない。
That'd be gross.
呼ばねえ。
Oh, he's happy about it.
朝帰りとか不良じゃん。信じらんないんだけど。
He just stares.
愛の敵はもういない。じゃあどうするんだ。
What do you do now?
I feel like he's taking this well.
Yeah. Well, never mind.
Never mind.
There it is.
茜も消えてるし。もしかしてあんた。
ちげえよ。演出と姫川で別の店に行っただけだ。
もう紛らわしいことしないでよ、バカ。このバカ。おやすみ。
Aw, she's just like, we knew that, Connie.
帰れた？未成年はお酒飲んじゃダメなんだけど。
Don't drink, okay?
大人に言われても飲んじゃダメだよ。
That's another mama.
あいつら。
That he's seducing.
Yes. At least the brother was just straight up like, you're doing that. You know?
いいのかな。
Oh. Because, oh my gosh.
Is he free?
Really?
お兄ちゃん朝ごはん食べる？
Oh.
His star went away though.
Oh. So no longer wanting to be
No
an
longer
actor?
freaky.
万人行
He
き
let
そう
go
です
of。eye, maybe.
Oh.
ああ、マラソンくらいか。もっともっと頑張らないとだね。
But he still has to do the show.
もっと私を褒めて。2万人だよ。あの手この手でチャンネル伸ばしてきた私をもっと褒めて。だってまだたったの2万人でしょ。ああ、その2万人がどれだけすごいか。うちは上位 10% に食い込んでる。これがどれだけすごいことか。
You're doing spectacular.
そんなこともわからない。キッズども、切れない死骸の上に立つ頂点なんじゃ。
Corpses.
They look like they're in punished mode.
そこで今日はルームツアー動画を撮ります。
Room tour.
ルームツアー動画？いや、自分の部屋を晒すとかどういう趣味してるの？いくらネタ切れとはいえ、私生活の切り売り始めたら終わりよ。出した私物が全て経費で落ちます。
Okay, okay.
Interrupting this to remind you guys that Patreon down below allows you to see these episodes uncut or weeks ahead. Check it out down below.
こちら
Wonderful.
クリーの新作バッグになります。10万ぐらいしました。10万円ぐらいしたかな。椅子は
Yeah, she's trying to get all of the expenses
結
written
構
off.
高い買い物してる。
She really
自分
is.
のお金で買ってるからいいでしょ。一流のタレントでいるためには身の回りも一級品で揃える必要があるの。この世界安い女と思われたら終わりなの。でも大体買ったものを経費で落とすために動画にしてるんだよ。
Nice.
嫌な現実。ルームツアー動画撮るなら協力するよ。でも私は高いもの買わないし。そんなこと言って確定申告の時に泣きを見るのは自分だよ。税金のきつさは大人になった時にわかるんだ。
No taxes.
ねえ、次キッチン周りとか別の部屋も撮ってくれない？はいはい。
Oh, we're getting Ruby.
What's her room look like?
Oh, just her mama.
I.
先生ならなんて言うかな。
Wow.
きっと好きなようにしたらとか適当なこと言うんだろうな。先生。
Oh, still thinks about him.
どういうことですか？
雨宮先生は何年か前急に連絡がつかなくなって
Oh, the her.
Oh, the doctor.
Oh, she did try.
Oh.
先生がピーコモチという名前を見逃すはずないもんね。
Oh, it's to get his
どこかで
attention.
私のこと
Oh.
見てくれてるはず。YouTube テこ入れプランその2、ミュージックビデオを撮ろう。
Music video.
地方でデザイン会社をやってる人がね、こっちまで来るなら友達価格で撮ってもいいよって言ってくれてるの。撮影は1日で終わらせて、遠ブレの慰安も兼ねて2泊3日とか。
Are we gonna get a field trip episode? Why is he there?
Yeah, why does he
It's a
come?
group trip. Why? Why?
撮影場所はどこ？宮崎。また遠いところ。いい場所だよ。
新生 B 小町初のオリジナル曲は B 小町の楽曲を多く手掛けてた日村さんにお願いしたい。
Nice.
日村？人
Look
気
at
歌
that
手
guy.
超ヒットメーカースターティーレインを作ったそれはいい曲だ。
そうだ。愛と関わりがあったのは
Oh
アーティ
no,
スト側という
he's
線があ
awakened
った。
this.
どうにかして日村と接触して
But
Oh,
Oh, he's
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
struggling with letting go.
Yeah.
いやもういいんだった。
oh, catch it.
どうしたの？
いや別によかったな。いい作曲家だって楽しめよ。
なんか柔らかくなったわ。
Wow.
そういうのもいいと思うわよ。
そうか。
早く歌いたい。
He was always in a bad mood.
Always in a bad mood.
先月末までの締め切りで依頼してたんだ
Last
けれ
month.
ど
Oh.
まだ上がってきてないのよね。だからもうちょっと待ってて。
やだ、催促しよう。
This message is
そうは言っても日村さんに書いてもらえるだけでありがたいのよ。一応メールはしてるから。
やだ、今
So immature.
Yeah.
のんびりしてたらあっという間にタイムアウト。先輩は時期が来ればいずれ役者の道に戻っちゃうかもしれない。メムチョも時期が来ればみそじにもう行ってさ、もうこれしかないんだよ。悪意なくとどめ刺しに行くのやめなさい。大人の時間で考えないで。私たちは今を走ってる。ゆっくりして
る暇はない。
I wonder where he is. If we'll ever see him again.
わかったわ。直電してみましょう。
ちょっと詰まってまして、何せ新生 B 小町の最初の曲、半端なものにはできないでしょう。さてやるかな。
He hasn't started.
Started at all. No.
できてないって？
He admitted it.
大御所病かもね。大御所病？若い頃は衝動と情熱に任せていくらでも曲が書ける。でも大御所ってのは長い活動の中で何百曲も書いてきて言いたいことを全部吐き出してきたわけよ。スランプとはまた違う深刻なモチベーションの低下。
They sent him a motivational message.
新生 B 小町のルビーです。日村さんの書いたスターティーレイン、小さい頃からずっと歌ってて B 小町に入る前から振り付きで踊れるんですよ。日村さんの曲歌えるの私すっごく嬉しいです。
Inspired.
Cause she's got the star power.
Yeah.
He was in a bad place.
He was in a bad place.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Someone said hello and he felt better.
Yeah. I'm sure it's her star power,
Yeah.
but
お忙しいと思いますがすごく楽しみにしてます。お体に気をつけて頑張ってください。
クリエイターというのは単純なものでこういうので簡単に火がついたりする。
oh, he gave her the
作品
idea.
を届ける相手の顔を見るだけで誰に届ければいいのか分かるだけで
He's serious.
Activates.
じゃあね、傑作書いたるか。
Masterpiece.
Yay.
どうせ暇でしょ。当ブレ終わって無職だし、
Jobless.
別に役者辞めてないし学生だし
舞台の慰安も兼ねてどうって先輩が。
宮崎か
So quick. Like,
Oh, Miyazaki was where his hospital was? Is that what was that the building?
Oh.
That's why Ruby looked down when they mentioned Miyazaki.
What the hell? What the hell?
What's up?
Did I reincarnate? Is that what's going on? What else? Oh, who is that?
Who is
That's a
that?
ghost little girl.
The murderer?
she looks albino, with red eyes and white hair.
Discussion.
Discussion.
What is that?
What is that?
What is that? That's so random.
That's why my mind immediately is like, okay, another reincarnation.
Yeah.
Because no one here has a connection to any children.
No.
And we wouldn't be expecting a connection.
So what?
I was just wondering, what if, it still resolved. I was gonna say, what if instead of the father being the one that got I killed, it was the wife? She was like, I leaked her information because I hated that girl.
Yeah, and he was married when they were
Together. Yeah.
We would have been together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would have explained one of the reasons he kept quiet. The fact that he's older and why it was all like, don't talk to me.
It just said lover's suicide. It was a double suicide. There's no motivation given for why that would have happened.
He said it like it was just a thing that happens, you know. I don't, like, you know, it's just like, you know, one of those things that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, a lover's suicide, which sounds like almost like it's an illicit relationship, but they were married. So then I'm thinking, okay, lovers, then there was someone else outside that got involved, and then it was like a murder-suicide. But it's not a murder-suicide. It was a double suicide. So they just both killed each other? I mean, killed themselves for no reason?
With a kid.
What if it's that little girl? She was like whispering in their ears, yeah, you gotta kill it yourself.
She's way too young.
Yeah. That's true. Also, I like the way Himekawa took it. It's like, so, and the conclusion he went to, which totally makes sense, is like, so you had a clue before you went and took my DNA, right? That's why you took my DNA check, because you thought of this beforehand. Aqua just stares at him.
I'll let you come to your own conclusion.
Think what you want.
I won't answer that question. Yeah. I like how he said no comment, but with his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Aqua's just like, maybe I'll tell Ruby one day, whatever. Just leaves.
Yeah. Although he did say he's gonna introduce it so that he will at least, like, you know each other. But he just has to come up with an excuse as to why he tested him first.
Because she's not gonna let that slide.
She's gonna put it together.
Yeah.
Like, why were you looking for this?
Why were you looking for our father?
Still stuck on it, aren't you? You're not cured, are you? Yeah, and he asked himself, who was your mom, and was like, classified.
Like, oh, so she's an entertainer. I see,
Yeah.
I see. Picked up on it real quick.
Yeah.
But he was, Taiki was happy. He was like, oh, it's nice to have like a sibling.
Yeah.
Don't call me bro though.
That's gross.
You keep your mouth shut.
But it's like, let's have another drink. Like, he didn't age 4 more years.
No,
he's
like,
still a child.
Still trying to give, alcohol to a minor.
There's some lights on it.
Then he starts thinking about it, and his star, not the bad star, the good star, well, both stars, disappears now. Because he no longer has a drive for becoming an actor, even in a good way, and a drive for revenge, because Papa is apparently dead. I know there's gonna be some hint of some wisp of something is gonna wake up his spidey senses again. I don't see this as being the end, like Dad is really dead. I don't know. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I think the ages are off, because we should know the name. I mean, the ages of everyone here. Isn't Aqua? Is he 17?
I thought he's either 15 or 16. That's what I thought.
I thought people said 16.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is 16 from previous episodes as well. And if he is 16, then the ages don't line up.
Why?
Because Himekawa he said he was 5 when they died. He would have been 4 when they were born.
Yes.
So they were alive. How old were they?
So it would have been one more
died?
year. I died when they were 2. So.
So it's 1 year off.
Yeah.
So he would have died before.
Yes.
A year
He
before.
would have died before they were born.
Yeah. And I definitely spoke to him.
Yes, she spoke to him.
So what would tip Aqua off for that?
Brain blast. I don't know, because even just thinking of the ages, I'm getting confused. I'm putting all the pieces together, and then I have to reset because I forget something beforehand.
Okay, so the father must have been alive when I
had the child.
And when I died.
And when I died?
Yes. Because he talked to him on the phone, and she wouldn't have been able to do that if he died a year prior.
Yeah.
So he had to still have been alive.
Yeah.
So somewhere our timeline.
So this father doesn't line up time-wise for when he died.
Okay, let's try go by Himekawa. So Himekawa,
20.
they got I got pregnant when he would have been 4.
Yeah.
2 more years later, he would have been 6 when they died, or maybe like 5 turning 6.
Did he say when
I think
died?
he said 5.
I thought he
He said he was 5 or so when they died.
Oh,
okay, so
5 or so.
Or so.
Okay.
So he's not sure either. So it might work. If he was like, I was definitely 5 and a quarter years old, then we might be in trouble. But it could work. It could still be him. But
I'm still leaning to. I mean, he actually is related to him, though.
He is. Yeah, that's the thing. Unless he mixed up his DNA samples, and the DNA sample is actually Melt or somebody else.
It's just not the dad. Like, he thinks that's his dad. And so he tells him that that's his dad, but that's not his dad.
Yeah, like maybe grandma knows the truth.
Lover's suicide because he found out his wife had a lover. And double suicide. It was a murder-suicide.
That would make sense. And then they're gonna find out because Aqua can't help but be a sleuth. Or Himekawa introduces him, hey, this is my grandma. And grandma says, I know the truth. Or this creepy little red-eyed white-haired girl knows
What
something.
is that thing?
What is it?
It's a gremlin in the woods. Why is it in the woods?
And she's standing specifically where he died.
Yes.
Which makes me think it's the murderer.
No, the murderer was a tall, grown man.
Yes, but he
Oh,
killed
so
himself.
you think he... Oh, he did...
He did kill himself.
He killed himself.
Yeah, so he...
But he's too young. He should be as old as them.
He should be 2 years younger than them.
Crap. He should be 2 years younger than them.
Yeah, that child is too young. Unless it was like years later before he reincarnated.
Which is possible because what's her name? Ruby. That's what happened to Ruby. Ruby died way before
Right, so
I
ages don't have to
even
line up.
came to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty sinister. Red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So probably not I.
Yeah, it didn't look like a nice child.
I am wondering if that's just a magical event that we're just never got an explanation for, but why did that reincarnation even happen?
But she was smiling, and I always smiles. She smiles literally
Yeah.
100% of it. She smiles while she's sleeping.
The way we'll know is how much affinity she has for Aqua and Ruby. If she just takes to them immediately, it's I.
Mm-hmm.
If she's creepily stands away, it's the guy.
The guy would, I mean, he knows whose
About
eyes
the
kids
kids.
are, so could just try to mess with them as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he did die regretful of his actions.
True.
So that's also a thing. Maybe
a
they'll just
psychopath
never
child.
let us know, and they'll just like hint each way so that we never truly know who this kid is. Because if I was reborn, I mean, would she try to reconnect with her kids, or would she like, new try, new life?
Although if she's seeing that her kids are suddenly in the entertainment space, well, I guess yeah, she might stay away because she at least has
They're
that
fine.
contact with them, and they're doing good. They're doing exactly what she hoped they would do.
Yeah.
And then
Ooh.
Aqua disappears from entertainment
Yeah.
space.
She sees Aqua's not doing his thing
That's what I was
anymore.
thinking. Then she might intervene.
Yeah. And you know, Aqua's just gonna be all mellowed out, and it's like I don't know what to do with my life.
Which he's right now just sitting
And
lifeless. He's
What
like,
if he just
I exist.
decides to vent to this random child?
yes.
He's like, I was trying to catch, my mother's murderer. It was like the driving force for my entire life. And now she's dead. So I don't know what to do.
He's just right. I could actually see him doing that because I wonder how much respect he has for children not being cognizant, because he was a child once and he had his little mind figured out. But yeah.
And also, when are we gonna get some confessions from about Aqua being sensei and Ruby being?
They
Got her
keep
name.
throwing things at us. And Ruby, apparently, one of the reasons she made the Komachi name was to get his attention.
So that wherever he is, he'd at least be watching.
Not
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
Like
late.
season 4, I think.
Painful. Painful.
Well, I
Unless
do rank it.
Unless some other wild stuff comes up that is more attention grabbing, then they can let go of this part.
Yeah. I was gonna say if I rank it lower than figuring out the murder kind of thing with I. So if it is not solved, then we could get that because it's not as big a deal as the other thing. But yeah, and for the father, just the last thing on him is Himekawa did say that I never liked him. Even
Yes.
when I was a kid, I knew I didn't like him.
Yeah.
So it could also be he is someone capable of doing a murder-suicide and making it look like a double suicide. Or it could also be implying that maybe the wife, the reason she was cheating on him is he was a terrible husband. She didn't like him. And like divorce is a really bad thing in Japan, especially.
yeah.
So she just found a lover. And he found out eventually.
That's true.
But yeah.
And then also in the middle there, we had the Himura guy was stuck on him, lacking motivation, and Ruby sends a message, and he's woken up and alive again, just like he was when he first saw I. And it's like, what is this shiny? Of course it is. What is this shininess in her eye? And now he has music to write, and they're going to film it now in Miyazaki.
But first, vacation.
Vacation.
Is
Beach scene.
Beach.
But it's a farm, right?
It's spa. So the alternate
The alternate beach.
beach, in anime, either have hot springs or beach.
Beach episode.
Beach episode.
And just a small thing about when she was talking about their channel growth and stuff like that. They're at like 20,000 subscribers. Kind of relate to that scene because I remember when we hit 10,000 subscribers, I was like, okay. Because like for me, like success is like 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. So I'm not celebrating nothing. But you guys are like, this is good. We should celebrate. Which you're right. You should be like, yeah, this is a good thing. So I just felt like the other two on the floor, they're just like, Right.
It's like we are the 1%.
Yeah. But and is that everything?
I think that's just about everything. Tax write-offs as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Again, the show doing the like keeping the realistic
Real world.
how things actually work, the behind the scenes work, and all that stuff.
Very nice.
Mechanics.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's stupid, but it works.
Tax write-off.
Everything. Just wanted to say, I think maybe the father could be a talent agent for Ruby and Aqua, because they would have
the
they have to be
blonde guy?
someone. Well, not necessarily. Maybe the blonde guy.
I thought about that.
Maybe the blonde guy because he was in the room, right? But I'm thinking that it's a talent agent because it has to be someone who can reach all levels of the industry. They can have contact with everyone and it's completely normal and okay. And they're also a big shot at it because they had to be able to get to Ruby, but also an older actress who apparently was a very big shot back in the day.
Ruby or I?
It had to be able to get to I, sorry.
Okay.
And then also be able to get to this other
The
actress
higher levels and
who's way up in the echelons, and nobody bats an eye. Nobody even thinks like, well, this guy hanging around because he's supposed to be there.
That makes sense.
He's in all the industries.
I was gonna say, I wonder if it is the former manager guy who is the father, but then again, she wouldn't have left the house to call him and say, "Do you want to meet the kids? You know, the kids want to meet you."
Right, right.
So maybe it's that guy's brother. Maybe.
And speaking of that guy, I wonder if we'll ever see him again because I was thinking like it was his company, like he owns it,
and now
So
she owns it. So what happened?
How does she own it? Because he just left, but isn't it technically still in like his account or whatever? Maybe it was like they don't have a board. How does this work?
I was wondering if maybe it was like because they were together from it began apparently. And apparently she's not just the housewife. We find that out later. She's actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe they founded it together, and he just like fell off. So he took himself off the books.
Yeah, maybe.
So
That could happen.
And just gave it over to her.
It's just at the time the explanation was he just left one day and didn't come back. So it's like, did he literally just walk out the door, or is that his understanding of it? And he left, but like resigned. He did the whole thing, and he went off somewhere.
What if he comes back and he's like, "I want mama"?
Yeah, once the girls start to get big.
Yeah.
That'd be weird and awkward, but at the same time, like, it was his company. So how do we handle this?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a part of me wants him to be back because I did feel bad for the way things went down for him. But he also wasn't here for building it back up. So how do we juggle who gets what here?
Aqua is probably gonna be like, "Stay away from my mama." You know?
I can see that.
Yeah, like the only time he acknowledges her
That
as
she's his mom.
his mother figure and all. Yes.
And the funny thing is, the mom was only using him to get to somebody better.
Yes, I remember. She's just trying to climb the ladder.
Very funny.
But yeah, so guys, thank you guys very much for being here. Guys, if you like your time here, please like, subscribe if you want to see more. Maybe if you want to see the uncut version of this or anything else that we do, the Patreon is there in the description. But either way, thank you very much for being here. We'll see you in the city. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, bye.
Special thanks to our patrons: Yui Tanaka, Papa Khan, Jabal Wilson, Frederick, Daspudi, Moonstella, Fu Hong Zhang, Sal Inger, CVBNF, Fufu, Akubeda, NFJT Tyrone, Alex Carrillo, Deli, Alharion, Alexander Dietz, Skellion, Monfree, Jake Thompson, Raffi, Kyrie's King, Peter Cordero, and Stably.